Okay guys, let's go for it. So notice it told us that our x, notice it tells you that, sorry, x is this. Specifically, x is 3n. And then y, notice there's our y, is equal to 3n plus y. Alright? And what we're, okay, so now they told us that x and y is an element of x. So when we start off, right, to do this proof, pay attention to the keywords, which is these right here. That doesn't work. All of these, right? So notice it's let, then, since, and thus, but specifically let, then, and since. Those three are the most important. You can change thus to hence, therefore, or whatever you want, right? It's not that important. So the first thing is that they said that x and y is an element of x. Therefore, we only are using this formula, x. We don't use y. Y, so right, so I'm going to cross out y. Don't worry about y. It's gone. Because they told you that it's an element of x. So you go 3a. Instead of using n, I put a, and I went 3b. Don't worry about those brackets in here. Don't worry. That's just supposed to come in the second step. It's just there. So anyway, 3a plus 1, x equals to 3a, a plus 1, and y equals to 3b plus 1. This is the second important part. For some ab, which is an element of an integer. Very important. You always put to show that these variables is an integer, is an element of an integer. Then notice, what are they asking us to show? X times y. We put the second step. It's an x times y equals to, and then notice we multiplying as it shows us here. So x times y, we put the variables, and then we work it out. It gives us this, and then notice we're going to simplify it. All right. So once we simplify it, this is what it works out to. Then we move on to our next step, which is since. And then we're going to say this, what's inside the brackets, what we broke it, what the factorized part of it. We're going to say, boom, look, it's an element again of an integer. We have to do this. And then next, we're going to say, we're going to go back, x, y, right? Because that's what they're asking us, is in the form of 3k plus 1. All right, we always want this, the end of this to be either be 1 or 2. Okay, when you go over through logic and proof techniques, you'll understand what I'm talking about in the coming weeks. Okay, so then we have 3k plus 1. And notice, we always have to show when you add a variable that it's an integer. And therefore, what we asked us for? We asked for x, y is an element of x. And therefore, we just go thus x, y is an element of x. Now, as I scroll down, I've done the other ones, as you can see, and it's really the exact same process. All right, so there's b, and then this is c, and then this is d. All right, so here we go. So I've done this one as well. You can see they asked us for 3 elements. This is how you would show it, but I was a bit lazy, and so I just ended up using the steps from step 1 instead of using what they gave us. But I will show you how to do it somewhat exactly like this in the test. Okay, so don't worry about that. For now, just practice the technique I showed you, and you should be good. All right, and we've now come on to exercise 1.7. Okay, so this is how I've worked out. Number 1, remember we're doing with indices and your exponent rules. So you would break it down in this way, right? Then I finished with B, I have finished with B. So this is how you would do B. And so I'm going to stop there for today, or for now at least, and I will post the rest of it later. Okay guys, good luck, and I hope this helps.